We're supposed to play Pumpehuset tonight. For some reason, our drummer Stinke, aka Johan, he never showed, and I'm gonna go take a crap.
I mean, we have about 1 million, maybe 1.5 million angry people waiting for us. We tried calling him a bunch of times. We tried texting him on Facebook. This is getting broadcast line.
And this shit is getting old, too.
Sending him messages. We called his mom a couple of times and she answered the phone, but she doesn't know where he is.
I don't know where the fuck he is. I mean, I never actually thought about, contacting his mother, because... Dude, that thing is huge! I know, I told you! When the fuck did you grow that?
Last summer.
Seriously? That was like at least 10 inches shorter last time I saw him. That was this morning. I'm not selling Stink out in any way, but that's usually where he goes to Hilo to cry. He's a very sensitive person, and then that's not a bad thing. And he's got a very androgen, feminine side to him, and I love that quality. My phone was from Stink's mom. This really dirty, sort of hot, charged text message, something with oil and Swedish, I don't know. When we get backstage today, after having to tell 2.5 million people that we ain't gonna play tonight, unfortunately, she already wrote me. I never thought to write her about him, but so that was a perfect coincidence. She has no idea either. Like we appealed to him on Twitter with naked photos and shit like that, because it usually makes him reply nothing.
I mean, we gotta document this because
this is running on the big screen out in Parken, right there in the venue right now. You're pushing yourself too hard. Please come home.
They were actually gonna pay us a bit apart from just beer. Not something we usually get, but
there's 1 million people out there right now waiting to see. I mean, we were on stage, like we waited for what, like 2-3 hours before we actually went on stage and had to tell the crowd like fucking 400 people or something like that.
Yeah, it was at Pumba who said 400 people, and we had to tell like the warm-up band, Knigge Brack.
No, I think it's
Oh yeah, sorry, I get them confused. We had to tell them like, look, you guys can't warm up, there's no gig, everything is cancelled.
We're supposed to play for 10 million people tonight. You know how much money that is? That's like at least 2,000-3,000 kroner.
This just sucks for those like 500 people at Vega who wanted to see us.
I'm not saying that like the warm-up band, the warm-up act, that they were actually gonna draw a lot of attention to themselves, but like 2,000-3,000 people that we were supposed to play for, they were supposed to play for the same amount of people, and that's a big fucking gig for them. I mean,
we're playing for maybe 120. I'm not sure. I don't know how many can be in the stadium.
I'm staying 150,000 approximately. Yeah, dude, please come home. Yeah, if they really cram it, it's definitely got room for like 400,000 or something like that, so like 500,000 even. We're playing Congo in 2 days?
Yeah. We're doing Norway and Sweden tomorrow, and then Congo in 2 days. And that's a fifth of, that's like 1 in every 5 in Denmark. But also, yeah, you are working too much.
Yeah.
You're gonna get that mail job. It's gonna be part-time, dude.
Really sucks for them, and that's why I also feel bad for, what was the guy's name who was in here?
The fan?
From the warm-up act.
Yeah,
Sigler. Yeah. I feel really bad for him. Like, he comes in here and he's like, dude, we're supposed to play for 20,000 people in like 5 fucking minutes.
He's not allowed to be in the VIP lounge. Anyone who has played in Parken knows that.
Like, he's all worked up and shit. Like, he was like pulling your Burberry scarf and shit like that. And it's like, that's not cool, but I can see why he's upset, but we had to have our private bouncer, Kim Lurke, drag him out of here. He can't do anything about it because Stink is gone.
He is.
Stinky, where the fuck are you?
And also,
like,
we're appealing
also, actually, I want to know if you're okay, basically.
Well, I don't really care about that. He was dedicated to us. He was focused as he can be.
Yeah.
Which is not very focused. I've had a hunch that he may have had he maybe has a side project. I kind of had this feeling for the past like 6 months, year maybe a couple of years I've known, or I kind of feel that he may have had a different band. And he drums in one way, and one way only.
The perfect one. That works.
Exactly.
If we find that other band that you're playing in, assumingly that you are, we're just gonna kick their asses instead.
Started doing all this other stuff. D-beat. This is strange.
It is, and it's not the Shocktilstand sound, and like fills with more variation and shit like that. That's just not the sound. Like, that must be something that he's practicing somewhere else. For something else.
I don't think anyone practiced for a Shocktilstand.
Yeah. It was that stand-in Congas girl, Cecilia, we had at some point. She also did the maracas for like 2-3 gigs, 10 gigs.
Tambourine for a couple of years.
Yeah, at least like 3 months.
She played the triangle.
She's always the one who cued us in with the bing and everything.
Go back to Stinky.
It's like if your kid dies, your hamster dies. They're sort of equal.
But yeah.
It really depends on what color the hamster is, but that's sort of an equivalent.
It was a white hamster with black spots, so it looks kind of like a mini cow.
Imagine if it was a black kid.
You're gonna cut this, right? The black kid?
Yeah.
You'll cut that? Good.
Sorry,
Thank
that
you.
was not cool. Well, imagine if it's a purple kid. That would be pretty cool, right? I'm just saying, it's sort of the equivalent. Hamster, your kid, whatever, disappears. When they're finally found, you can relax again.
Yeah.
Then you can make up a plan for the future, but you need to fucking know.
And now...
And right now, Stinky is our purple hamster, and we need to know where the fuck he is.
And this started about a year ago, but I just thought he was weird, because you know he is weird.
Lige købt natklub. Lige købt natklub. Lige købt natklub.
Well, he's pretty.
Oh yeah, sure. He started calling me George. Is this because he has a different band?
I really didn't read too much into it because it started in the same period of time where he was like listening to the Common Chameleon all the fucking time.
And he was living in my basement, I mean...
Did you see my heroin? I think I dropped it in... Did I drop it in the urinal?
No, I think you took it all.
Oh, did you take it?
No, you know I only do crocodile.
He also told me that crazy story about chaining himself to the radiator and telling you that you did it. Can you please get me out of here? And yes, of course. Where did you put the key? Like, of course I'll help you. Like, how the fuck did this happen?
Do you remember those like 2 months, 3 months? We always came late to band practice. I always had to like untie him from the radiator.
Find the key, make him stop crying and shit like that.
I can't imagine what band he would want to join. I mean, we are crème de la crème. I just talked to like 100 people from Burma who only came to see us.
Like 80,000 or something like that, who just came here from Gaza. You want to furthermore disappoint those people? Did you take my smack?
I don't do that.
You do that at parties, yeah.
We have a gig at the Royal Stadium that is, people think it's being built now, but they already finished it because we're playing there tomorrow.
There's this other band, Metalluca or something like that.
Metallica?
Yeah, they were supposed to open this place, but obviously when they found out that we were available, they put us in before. I was texting with the drummer from that other band because they're in Denmark right now getting ready to play that gig. I'm just saying, if Stinky doesn't show up, I can easily call up this guy called Lars.
Yeah, but come on, he sucks. Look, if you want some of my crocodile, you just say so. I got a bunch. I make it myself. It's great stuff.
Oh, don't worry, I got it.
I mean, the only vocals is Metallica, or whatever they're called, have asked us to warm up for them probably
Marocco.
20, 30, 40 times. Sting has a brother. What the fuck? I've been seeing him for about a year and a half.
The dating thing.
Yeah. Oh, you knew?
Yeah, you told me when you were doing PCP like 3 weeks ago, and that's okay to say, right?
Right. Yeah, as long as you don't mention the marijuana cigarettes. Yeah.
You just mentioned it yourself, idiot.
Yeah, but I didn't smoke them.
What's with you, man?
He doesn't know either where Sting is, so I'm expecting he's at some weird ass band practice. But
It's some fucking mystery band. Like, what the hell is this?
Our gig tomorrow is for 3 million people.
I don't mind maybe disappointing a small crowd of like 200,000-300,000 once in a while if we actually have a good reason to. Had that made up snake that died.
Mr. Bugles.
Really sensitive side. He made up this pet snake. It died. He wasn't able to play a show. I knew that this snake was made up because the breed doesn't even exist. Because obviously he's upset about something else, but this time he didn't even say anything.
And basically Sweden and Norway, and that's it. And we don't really know where to go from.
We're kicking in 2 days in Australia too.
Oh yeah, of course. So basically these like 20 gigs, I don't know how we're gonna get them to work. 8 different countries in 5 days.
30 countries, dude. That's a lot of fucking people who paid tickets to see us. I care, because I care about the fans. Be quite frank, yeah, Sting, I still care about you. Why the fuck you just coming home? We can cancel the tour if you want to. Like, if we know that that thing with your butt is acting up again, just as for instance, we can easily cancel. If you actually have another band that you're on tour with right now, playing gigs with, practicing with,
if you're getting jiggy with another band,
gonna be nothing, no sorting out of any sorts. He's gonna get kicked.
Is that?
But he's not at home.
I
just went to the shelter. Nobody's home.
We're on this tour now. It's around a year, 350 gigs. 2 weeks ago, when we started arranging this tour, that we're gonna do a year and a half. So we're gonna do about 400 gigs, and that's what we're gonna do. And Stinky bails on the first concert, which is like, you know,
these 500 gigs ain't gonna play themselves, buddy. You know?
How are we gonna do 800 gigs in Uruguay alone?
Recording the whole record tomorrow morning. Yeah, we're putting out a new record, by the way. That shit is hitting the streets on Monday, I think.
But of course, he already laid the drums for that, and it's some fucking sick beats. So it's got about 18 songs.
Shoved into a 7-inch 45 speed. Actually, it's gonna be pretty great.
We have a few songs that are sort of punk rock, and a few hardcore songs.
Punk songs on there.
Political punk, some political hardcore, some political hardcore punk.
Also some non-political punk rock.
Some
only political hardcore, but there's some non-political punk rock actually.
There's also some semi-political hardcore punk rock.
Yeah, it's like 8 or 9 of those.
Yeah. A year and a half ago, he got a job as a mailman.
Yeah. No, I know. That's when it started. He was supposed to deliver a package whatever for this cult that lived down in the metro, like down in the subway.
They're still not regularly, yeah.
Ever since then, man, he's
been
just not been the same. I walk over to the drums after rehearsing a new song, 10 different new songs, 20. I walk up to him and I high-five him, and he doesn't do it back. He throws mail in my face.
And I'm sort of talking to him, suddenly he would go like, take out a letter and he'd go like, you need more stamps on here.
When we had to cancel the show and everything, but the shows we had for the night, venue Vega, what if I have talked to him the last time? For the last time ever. And I was thinking back, I talked to him 3 days ago, and I was thinking, what was the last thing he said to me? Trying to figure out, maybe I could figure out where the fuck he is from what he told me last, and I'm blank. Because I bumped into him down at the post office, and he just looks at me like, I want to say hi and like pat him on the back, say, hey dude, what's going on? But he was like sort of in a haze, and he just goes, UPS are pussies. So please come home, baby.
Mad liberator, death operator, rock the data, amazing flavor, yo.